Hi, I'm Anna. I used to think I had a normal family until my mom decided her new baby was more important than her first daughter. Funny how you can go from feeling loved to feeling like yesterday's trash in the span of a single holiday. I was setting the table for Christmas dinner when I heard my mom on the phone in the kitchen. I know we always spend Christmas together, Anna, but Greg thinks it's best if the baby stays home this year. He's only 3 months old, and you know how your stepdad worries, Mom said, her voice hushed. I walked into the kitchen. Who are you talking to? I'm right here. Mom jumped. Oh, Anna, honey. I was just leaving a message for your father. About Christmas? What do you mean the baby stays home? Aren't we all staying home for Christmas? Mom put her phone down. Well, there's been a slight change of plans. Greg's parents invited us over, and it would be good for the baby to meet his grandparents properly. So we're all going to Greg's parents instead? Not exactly, sweetie. Greg thinks it might be overwhelming for the baby to have everyone there. It's just going to be us and the baby. I slowly closed the refrigerator door. Us meaning you and Greg and the baby, not me? It's just for this year, Anna. You'll have a wonderful time with your father. I already spoke with him and he's happy to have you for Christmas. You made these plans without even asking me? Christmas is in 2 days. I know it's sudden, but what? The baby needs you more? He's 3 months old, Mom. He doesn't even know it's Christmas. Mom's face hardened. That's exactly why he needs me. He's completely dependent, Anna. You're 16, practically an adult. The front door opened and Greg walked in with the baby carrier. Hey there, family. How's everyone doing? Mom immediately rushed over. There's my little man. How was his checkup? Doctor says he's perfect in every way, Greg beamed, then finally noticed me. Hey, Anna Banana. Looking forward to our last dinner before Christmas? Last dinner? Am I being kicked out before Christmas Day, too? Anna, you know your little brother has special needs right now, Greg said, as if talking to a 5-year-old. The doctor thinks it's best he not be exposed to too many people during the holidays. So I'm too many people now? I could feel tears threatening. That's not what he means, Mom said sharply. Your father is picking you up tomorrow morning. I've already packed your things. You packed my things? Without telling me? My phone buzzed with a text from Zoe. Hey, are we still on for Christmas movie marathon at your place Christmas Eve? I had plans with Zoe, I said quietly. Here, at our house. Mom waved dismissively. You can do that at your father's. As Mom continued discussing me on the phone with my father, my Aunt Rachel, Mom's sister, walked in through the back door. Merry almost Christmas, she announced. Then froze, looking between Mom on the phone and me with tears streaming down my face. What's going on? She asked. Mom's sending me away for Christmas because the baby is more important, I said. Rachel's eyes widened. Diane, you're not serious? Mom covered the phone. Rachel, this is a private family matter. I'm family, Rachel said. And sending your daughter away on Christmas is pretty extreme, even for you. It's for the baby's health, Mom hissed. Rachel looked skeptical. The same baby you brought to the crowded mall Santa display last weekend? That fragile baby? As Mom hung up, Rachel put her arm around my shoulders. Anna, honey, why don't you come with me for a bit? In Rachel's car, I finally broke down. She already packed my things, Aunt Rachel. It's like I don't matter anymore. Not since the baby came. Rachel gripped the steering wheel tightly. This isn't right, Anna, and I'm not going to let her get away with it. She can't just abandon you like this, Dad said, pacing my bedroom at his house. This goes beyond plans changed into neglect territory. I sat cross-legged on the bed. She doesn't see it that way. She thinks because I'm 16, I don't need her anymore. Dad ran a hand through his graying hair. That's not how parenting works. You don't expire when you hit a certain age. I called Zoe. She said I can come over to her place for the movie marathon. I said. Anna, this is bigger than missing a Christmas movie night, Dad said. This is a pattern I've been seeing since your mom remarried. It's not like she hits me or anything, I mumbled. Emotional neglect is still neglect, Dad said. Your Aunt Rachel called me. She's worried. Said your mom has been canceling your plans a lot. Is that true? I nodded. She missed my debate tournament last month and parent-teacher night, and she was supposed to take me shopping for winter formal but canceled last minute. All for the baby? Or for Greg? Or for his family? There's always something more important. Dad was quiet for a moment. Have you ever considered changing your custody arrangement? I looked up sharply. What do you mean? You're 16. The courts take your preference into serious consideration at this age. If you wanted to live with me primarily instead of your mother, we could petition for a modification. My phone rang. It was Aunt Rachel. Anna, are you okay? I've been so worried, she said when I answered. I'm at Dad's. We're talking about maybe changing my custody arrangement. Dad gestured for the phone, and I put it on speaker. Rachel, it's Michael. I'm thinking of contacting an attorney about this situation. I think that's a good idea, Rachel replied. Listen, there's something you both should know. Diane admitted that the doctor never said anything about limiting the baby's exposure. That was an excuse. What? I felt a fresh wave of hurt. The real reason is that Greg's parents are flying in relatives who are only interested in seeing their new grandson. Diane didn't want to complicate things by having you there. Dad's face darkened. That's completely unacceptable. And there's more. This isn't the first holiday she's planning to exclude Anna from. I saw their calendar. They've booked a baby's first Easter trip that conflicts with Anna's spring break. I confronted her about it, Rachel continued. She said, Anna will understand. She's mature for her age. As if that justifies any of this. I want to confront Mom, I said firmly. Not just about Christmas, but about everything. And I want you and Dad there with me. That's brave, honey. Are you sure? Yes, and I want to record everything legally. I'll be there, Rachel promised. After we hung up, Dad returned from calling his lawyer friend, Martha. Martha can see us tomorrow morning. She thinks we have a strong case, especially with Rachel's testimony and any evidence we can gather directly. I want to talk to Mom first, I said. I want to give her a chance to explain herself. We'll do it properly, with witnesses and documentation, Dad agreed. The next day, we arrived at Mom's house unannounced. Mom opened the door, looking surprised. Anna, Michael? What are you doing here? We need to talk, I said firmly. About Christmas and about a lot of other things. This isn't a good time, Mom said, glancing over her shoulder. Greg's parents just arrived. This won't wait, Dad interrupted. It's about our daughter's well-being. Rachel joined us, and Mom reluctantly let us in. Greg was in the living room with his parents and the baby. What's going on? Greg asked, standing protectively. I need to talk to my mom, I said. Greg's parents took the baby upstairs, leaving us alone. I don't appreciate this ambush in my home, Greg said. It's my home too, I replied. At least it was until you decided I wasn't welcome for Christmas. Anna, we've been through this, Mom sighed. It's just one Christmas. Is it? Because Aunt Rachel saw your calendar. What about Easter? Were you going to exclude me from that too? Mom shot Rachel a venomous look. You had no right to go through my calendar. It was on the refrigerator, Diane, Rachel replied calmly. Mom, I said, why am I suddenly not part of this family anymore? That's ridiculous, Mom exclaimed. Of course you're part of the family. Then why are you sending me away for holidays? Why did you miss my debate tournament? Why do you keep canceling our plans? I have a new baby. He needs constant attention. And I don't? I'm still your child too. Greg stepped forward. Anna, a baby has different needs than a teenager. You're old enough to… To what? To not need a mother anymore? Dad interjected. Stay out of this, Michael, Mom snapped. Aunt Rachel told me the truth about Christmas, I said. There's no doctor's order about limiting the baby's exposure. You just didn't want to complicate things with Greg's relatives. Mom's face flushed. Rachel had no right to tell me the truth? Someone had to. Lower your voice, Greg warned. You'll wake the baby. The baby, the baby, the baby, I exploded. That's all anyone cares about in this house. That's enough, Mom shouted. You're being childish and selfish. Of course the baby needs more attention. He's helpless. When's the last time you asked about my life? My friends, my grades? When's the last time we did anything together that wasn't canceled because of the baby? Mom fell silent. You can't remember, can you? I wiped away a tear. Because it's been months. Anna, Greg said, your mother is exhausted. The baby keeps her up all night. You need to be more understanding. And you need to stop speaking for my mother, I shot back. How dare you speak to him like that in our home? Mom snapped. Our home? This stopped being our home the moment the baby was born. It became his home, I pointed at Greg. And the baby's home. I'm just a guest now. If that's how you feel, maybe you should stay with your father more permanently, Mom said coldly. The room fell silent. Even Mom looked shocked at her own words. I just meant until she can adjust her attitude. Mom backpedaled. No, I said quietly. You meant it. And you know what? I agree. I should stay with Dad more permanently. I'm filing for a custody modification, Dad said. Anna will live with me primarily, effective immediately. You can't do that, Mom exclaimed. Actually, we can, I said. I'm 16. The court will listen to where I want to live. And we have evidence of emotional neglect, Rachel added. Evidence? What evidence? Mom looked panicked. I pulled out my phone. This entire conversation, for starters. You recorded this? Mom's voice rose in outrage. Completely legal in our state, Dad said calmly. One-party consent. Greg stepped forward angrily. You manipulative little... Watch it, Dad warned. Think very carefully about your next words. Get out of my house! All of you! Greg shouted. As we turned to leave, Mom rushed forward. Anna, wait! You can't do this! I'm your mother! I looked at her. Yes, you are. But you stopped acting like it, and now you have to face the consequences. I love you, she cried. I never meant to make you feel unwanted. I know you love me, I said softly. But love isn't enough if you don't show it. Actions matter, Mom. And your actions have shown me exactly where I stand with you. 3 weeks later, we met with Miss Martinez, Dad's lawyer friend. The judge has approved the temporary custody modification, she explained. You'll primarily reside with your father, with your mother having visitation every other weekend. And Mom agreed to this? I asked, surprised. After reviewing the recording and your aunt's testimony, yes. Her attorney advised her that fighting would likely result in even less favorable terms. As we left, my phone buzzed with a text from Mom. Can we talk? Just the two of us. Please. I showed Dad the message. I think I need to see her, for closure, if nothing else. Mom was waiting at a cafe. She looked tired and disheveled. Thank you for coming, she said. Anna, I'm so sorry. I've been thinking about everything you said, and you were right. I've been a terrible mother to you. Why? I asked simply. Was I really that easy to forget? Mom's eyes welled with tears. No, never. I convinced myself you were so self-sufficient, so mature that you didn't need me as much. It was wrong, and it was selfish. It hurt, I said quietly. Every canceled plan, every missed event, it felt like you were erasing me from your life. Greg and I have started marriage counseling, Mom said. He didn't realize how his attitude toward you was affecting our family either. I know I can't undo what I've done, she continued. But I want to make it right. Could we have a standing mother-daughter date once a week? Something that doesn't get canceled? I don't know, Mom, I said honestly. I need time to trust you again. I understand, she said. But I hope you'll give me a chance. You're my daughter, my firstborn. No one can replace you. We can start with the court-ordered visitation, I said, and see how it goes from there. Mom reached into her purse and pulled out a small box. I was going to give this to you for Christmas. Inside was a delicate silver locket with a picture of Mom holding me as a baby. To remind us both that you were my first love, Mom said softly. And no matter what, You always will be. Thank you. It's beautiful, I said, not yet ready to forgive everything. Anna, is there anything else I can do to make things better between us? Just respect my choice to live with Dad right now and understand that rebuilding our relationship will take time. Later that evening, Aunt Rachel called. How are you feeling? She asked. Relieved. Living with Dad is the right choice for now. I don't have to worry about being pushed aside here. What you did? Standing up for yourself? Demanding to be treated with respect? That took incredible courage, Rachel said. It didn't feel like courage, I admitted. It felt like survival. Sometimes they're the same thing, Rachel said wisely. After we hung up, Dad knocked on my door. Hey, kiddo. I was thinking maybe we could redecorate your room this weekend? Make it feel more like your permanent space? I smiled. I'd like that. And Anna? I'm proud of how you've handled all this. You stood up for yourself in a way that was firm but fair. I learned from watching you, I said honestly. That night, I looked at the locket Mom had given me. It was beautiful, but I knew symbolic gestures weren't enough. Actions would tell the real story. Would Mom follow through? Only time would tell. But either way, I knew I would be okay. Because sometimes the best revenge isn't about getting even. It's about getting free. What would you do if someone who was supposed to love you unconditionally made you feel like an afterthought?